Hey guys, welcome to this slow flow class, Yoga for a Busy Mind. Come down onto your mat into a comfortable seated position, Sukhasana, legs crossed, and just take a moment to wriggle around a little bit, get nice and comfy. Maybe you can pull the flesh out a little bit from underneath you, just coming square onto your seat bones. If you need to, maybe grab a cushion or a block and just place it underneath your seat to lift up the hips and help you to get a more comfortable position. And then you can lift up through the crown of your head, soften your shoulders down, and you can either rest your wrists on your knees or your hands in your lap, whatever feels best for you. And then just gently close down the eyes. And begin to bring all of your awareness and focus down onto your mat. Really feel the touch of your ankles and the sides of your feet pressing down into the ground. Feel the seat bones and the length of your spine. Notice if you can grow ever so slightly taller through the crown of the head. Maybe you can relax your jaw. I'd like you to imagine yourself drawing a big, beautiful golden bubble around your mat, just in your mind's eye. And defining your mat as your sacred space. And then I'd like you to imagine all of those thoughts that are running through your mind now, all of the worries, all of the tasks on your to-do list as toys or objects strewn across your mat. I'd like you to imagine yourself collecting all of these worries up in your arms, all of these toys and objects, collecting all of the thoughts, the things on your to-do list, the responsibilities, holding them all in your arms. And just imagine yourself getting up, stepping outside of your golden bubble, off of your mat, and placing them in a box off to the side in the corner of the room. Just genuinely imagining yourself letting go, placing all of these worries away, putting them away for the time being. And with that, try to breathe a little bit more deeply. As you begin to give yourself permission to just be present on your mat for the duration of this class. Know that you can go back to all of the things on your to-do list at the end of this class. You can go back to your responsibilities, to everything that's calling your attention after this class. But for right now, just allow yourself to be fully present right here, right now, in this moment. And just taking a moment now to set your intention for your practice. So what is it that you're here to learn or connect with? What are you here to practice? And just honoring that intention, your reason for being here today on your mat. And gently bow your head towards your heart, blinking your eyes softly open, lifting your head back to center. We're just going to do a little bit of alternate nostril breathing, which is really awesome for clearing your mind and for calming the mind. So I'd like you to bring your index finger and your middle finger of your right hand together and place them on your third eye or just between your eyebrows. And you're going to block your right nostril with your thumb. And you're going to take a slow, deep breath in through your left nostril. And then gently block your left nostril with your ring finger, opening the thumb. And exhale through your right nostril. Really empty the lungs. And then inhale through your right nostril. Breathing in fully. Blocking your right nostril with your thumb, exhale through the left. And just ignore any blocked noses, any squeaking or whatever's going on with your nose. Just ignore that and focus in on the breath. Breathing in through the left. Block and out through the right. Breathing in through the right. Block and breathe out through the left. Just continue like this for 3 more rounds. Focusing on breathing slow and deep. Feeling your belly move as you inhale. And as you exhale. And then gently releasing your fingers from the nose. Take a deep breath in through both nostrils. And a big sigh out of the mouth. Good job, guys. Focusing in on the breath. Inhale, reaching up. Send your gaze up to the ceiling. And then exhale, reach it forwards, 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 and all the way down. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. And just check in and notice what's going on in your lower back and your hips here. Maybe you want to wriggle your feet out from under you. Maybe your ankles are biting into the ground under your shins. If that's the case, just wriggle your shins, or your ankles rather, out from under your shins. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. And just check in here. How do you feel? How does your back feel? What's going on in your hips? And taking a nice, slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, softly walk your hands over to the right. Bowing to your right knee. And just take a moment here to ground through the seat and through the thighs. So try not to allow yourself to peel off of that left seat bone. Rather ground down through the seat. Even if your back is super stiff, then that's cool. Then stay up a little bit higher. If you've got it in you, you're welcome to bow. Just being present with whatever's going on for you. And then gently planting your right hand. Inhale the left arm up next to the ear for a side body stretch. So gentle reach through the left arm, opening the rib cage. So really try to press the rib cage out and open, thinking about splaying the ribs open. Try to draw your left knee down slightly. You can keep your gaze up to the ceiling if that feels compressive in the neck. However, you're more than welcome to just gently turn your gaze down. So whatever feels best for you is what you do. And then gently bringing that left hand back down towards the ground, just feeling how that shift in the stretch happens for you. What's going on in your shoulder blades, what's going on in your back. And then very slowly walk your hands back to center. And take a nice deep breath in at center, relaxing your shoulders. And a deep breath out as you walk your hands slowly over to the left. Bowing towards your left knee. Remembering to ground through your right hip and thigh. And really just breathing into the stretch down the right side of your back. Planting your left hand, slowly lift your right arm up next to the ear. See if you can draw the thumb back. Maybe you can splay the rib cage open. Really reaching with your right arm. Grounding through your right seat. Breathe. And again, you can maybe send your gaze down. And then bringing your right hand back down towards the ground on the left side of your body. Bowing towards the left knee. And gently walking your hands back to center. On your next inhale, roll the spine all the way up. And as you exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Good job, guys. Making your way softly to tabletop. So we're going to come to hands and knees. Bringing your hands below your shoulders. Fingers nice and wide. Index fingers pointing to the top of the mat. And bringing your knees below your hips. Just getting nice and comfy here. And then moving with our breath. So really connecting breath and movement. You're going to gently drop your belly as you inhale. Roll the shoulders back and away from your ears and lift the nose to the ceiling. And as you exhale, slowly round the spine. Push into your hands. Tuck your chin. Tuck your tailbone. Inhale, dropping your belly, roll the shoulders back, lifting the nose. Send your tailbone up to the ceiling, really arching into the back. And as you exhale, softly rounding the spine, little push in the hands as you stretch into the shoulders. 2 more like that. Inhaling as you drop the belly, pull the shoulders back and lift the nose. Exhaling as you round. Last one, inhaling, drop the belly, lifting the nose, shoulders back. And exhaling, round. And then gently coming to a flat back. Coming down onto the forearms, we're going to move into puppy pose. So take a moment here to align elbows with shoulders and elbows with wrists. So it'll be wrists, elbows, and shoulders aligned. In other words, be aware of your elbows splaying out to the side. Try to keep your elbows straight underneath the shoulders. And if you're super tight, then it might be very difficult to keep yourself aligned. And if that is the case, then that's cool. Then you just work towards bringing your elbows back underneath the shoulders. So maybe you start here, and with time, as you practice, you're able to bring your elbows back underneath the shoulders. So from here, we're going to step our knees back ever so slightly. We're going to draw the belly button in. We're going to send our hips back softly, but keeping the bum nice and high in the air, tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to start to melt our heart down between our arms. Maybe releasing your forehead down onto the ground. And if you feel like you've got a little bit more space, feel free to draw the knees back a little bit more, maybe arching a bit deeper into the back. Breathing nice and slow and deep into this posture, into your shoulders, into your chest, into the upper back. Just feeling the beautiful stretch and opening in the shoulders and chest. If you feel like you've got more in you, you're welcome to bring your chin onto the mat. If that feels too compressive in the neck, then just keep your forehead down. Try to keep extending through the arms. But try not to bend and lift up onto the elbows. Really drop the heart down. Breathe. And then softly inhale, gazing to the thumbs. And exhale, slowly coming forwards onto your belly. And you're going to bring your hands in line with your rib cage. Roll your shoulders back. Pull the elbows into the body. And then push your hips actively into the mat. And just feel the stability for a moment as you gently squeeze the shoulder blades together. And on your next inhale, you're going to push into your hands and lift up nice and slowly for cobra. Please keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. So don't let your shoulders hunch up to your ears like this. Pull the shoulders down and away from the ears. And as you exhale, softly release to the belly. 2 more like that. Inhale, lifting up nice and slow. Exhale, gentle release. 1 more. Inhale, lifting up. And this time, exhale, tabletop. Walking your knees gently forwards. And we're going to slowly work into threading the needle. So you're going to take a deep breath in, reach your right arm up to the ceiling, send your gaze up to your right thumb. And as you exhale, bring your right arm underneath the left arm, threading the needle. Bring your right shoulder down to the mat, maybe the side of your head down, and maybe you hang out here, and this is where you breathe. If you feel like you're okay, maybe you can reach your left arm to the top of the mat and square your hips towards the front of the mat. And just take a moment here to breathe into the shoulders. Feeling the stretch. Softening the body. Good job, guys. Slowly bring your left hand back in line with the face, pressing gently up to tabletop. And we're going to take it to the other side. So inhale, left arm reaches to the ceiling, send the gaze up. And then exhale, slowly thread the needle, left arm under the right, left shoulder down, side of the head down. Maybe you're hanging out here. Maybe you're reaching your right arm to the top of the mat, squaring off the hips, dropping the shoulders, and breathing deep. Just tuning into that shoulder stretch, noticing what's going on for you. And then bringing your right hand gently in line with the face, pressing slowly back up to tabletop. And we're going to gently make our way into downward dog. So you can tuck your toes, index fingers to the front of the mat, and then very slowly lift yourself up and back into downward dog, your inverted V. And just take a moment here to softly pedal your feet. So please, no running a race. You're not pumping your feet down nice, or rather very fast. You're taking it nice and slow. So just drop one heel and feel what that feels like. Notice what's going on in that calf. Notice how that stretch feels for you. And then gently move to the other side. And notice what's going on in that calf and that ankle and the back of that thigh. So just getting very slow movement here in your down dog. Maybe even lifting a foot and giving your ankle a few circles. Remembering to always do whatever you do on both sides so that we can keep balance in the body. And then stepping your feet hip distance apart if they aren't already. And elongating the spine. So if your hammies are super tight today, or your hamstrings, the backs of your thighs are super tight, then bend your knees and elongate the spine. If you've got it in you, maybe you can straighten the legs. But be aware of that causing you to round in your spine. So if that is the case, rather bend your knees and send the tailbone up and back, flattening your spine or flattening your lower back. And then move towards dropping your heels, but keep the spine nice and flat. Take a deep breath in, gazing forwards. And as you exhale, slowly step your right foot forwards between your hands. If you get stuck halfway here, grab your ankle and just gently pull the foot forwards. And then get nice and comfortable on your feet before coming up. Activate through the feet and then slowly reach all the way up, high crescent lunge. Take a moment to soften your shoulders here. Maybe make a wardrobe adjustment if you need to. And just check in. Keep that lunge into your front leg. Push actively through your back heel. Try not to be up on the toes. Push back through the heel. Keep your hips to the front of the mat. Soft shoulders, open heart. Well done, guys. Taking a slow, deep breath in here. And as you exhale, bring your hands together and pray at the chest. And step it up to front. Good job. Take a deep breath in, reach all the way up. Deep breath out, send your hips forwards and your thumbs back, back bending. Inhale, coming up to center, reach. And then exhale, draw the belly button in, fold it forwards. Bending your knees as much as you need to here. Bring your big toes to touch. Keep your heels a little bit apart. Spread your toes. And then bring your weight forward. So notice if you're sitting back into your heels and see if you can maybe bring your weight a little bit further forwards into the balls of your feet here. Relax your head and neck. Give your head a gentle shake, yes and no. Maybe shrugging the shoulders. And breathe. On your next inhale, come halfway up. Bring your hands to your shins or your thighs. If your hammies are super tight, and your hammies are your hamstrings here at the back of the leg, if they're super tight, keep the knees a bit bent and flatten your back, rolling your shoulders back. If you've got it in you, maybe you can straighten out through the legs, draw the belly in, keep your weight forwards and keep the shoulders back. So it's up to you which variation you choose. And then exhale, fold it forwards. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up through the arms. Exhale, back bend, hips forwards, thumbs back. Inhale, up and center, reach. Exhale, suck the belly in, fold it forwards. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen your spine. Draw the belly in, fold, or rather pull the shoulders back and then fold. Good job. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale all the way up. Reach through your arms. Focus in on the breath. Exhale, hips forwards, thumbs back. Inhale, up and center. Reach through the arms, draw the belly in. Exhale, float it down, bending your knees, folding forwards. Relax the head and neck. Inhale, halfway lift, maybe straightening the legs, draw the belly in, shoulders draw back. Exhale, fold it down. Great job, guys. Gently planting your hands, step your legs back into plank. Push back to your heels. Bring your hands under your shoulders if they're a little bit far forwards. Squeeze the glutes, so engage your core. Engage in the legs, pull your kneecaps up into your quads. Take a deep breath in here, push away from the ground with your hands. And as you exhale, send your hips up and back for downward dog. Good job, guys. Again, take a moment if you like to slowly pedal the feet. Inhale, gazing forwards. Exhale, step your left foot forwards, all the way between the hands. If you get stuck, feel free to grab the ankle and pull it forwards. Activate through the legs, draw the belly button in, reaching the arms up, high crescent lunge. Soft shoulders, keep that lunge into the front leg, push through the back leg. Breathe. Gently bringing hands together in prayer at the chest and stepping up to the front of the mat. Good job, guys. Finding a focal point. We're going to do a little bit of balance work now. So balance is great for clearing your mind, because if you've got a super busy mind, then you're going to lose your balance. You're going to find it very difficult to hold a balance. So I'd like you to take a moment to just find a focal point somewhere in your room, something that you can keep your eyes on, and that is what you're going to be staring at, and that is what's going to anchor you for your balance. You're going to bring your hands together and pray at the chest, and you're going to lift up through the legs. So really imagine yourself growing up through your thighs, so drawing up from the soles of your feet all the way up through the inner thighs, all the way up through your pelvis, through the belly button, up through your rib cage. Imagine yourself lifting, 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 and growing strong as you activate through the legs, all the way up through the crown of the head, hands gently pressing together, shoulders draw back. And then you're going to keep your eyes on your focal point, and you're going to very slowly lift your right foot and just come onto the toe of your right foot. Activate that left leg. So notice if you started to dump into your left hip, if that's the case, activate and push away from the ground with your left leg. And then slowly bring your right foot onto your calf for tree pose. Good job. So notice now if you started to dunk down, maybe you can lift your heart to your thumbs and roll the shoulders back. If you find that you are losing your balance and you can't quite get it today, then just come down, shake it off, refocus in on your focal point, and then when you're ready, move back into the balance. If you feel like you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more here, then bring your right foot to your left upper thigh. Not on the knee joint. Push foot into thigh, thigh into foot. Lift and grow tall through the crown of the head. If this is too difficult, let it go. It doesn't matter. You're still balancing if your foot is on your calf. Whether your foot is on your calf or your upper thigh is irrelevant. One more breath here. And then very gently release to standing. Good job, guys. We're going to flow it out. Take a nice deep breath in, reach all the way up. Deep breath out, folded forwards, bending your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding forwards. Stepping your right foot gently back, come up high crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, fold, planting your hands. Inhale, step it back to plank, engage the legs, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, take it down to the belly. Release the toes, inhale, shoulders back, cobra. Exhale, release to your belly. One more, inhale, slowly up, cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Hold in your downward dog, elongate the spine. Focus in on the breath. Maybe you can relax your head, give your head a gentle shake, yes and no. Maybe you can elongate the spine ever so slightly, sending your tailbone up and back. Maybe you're doing this with bent knees. That's okay. Take a slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, take a slow walk to the front of your mat. Take your time. If you need to, come off of your hands. If you can, work on keeping your hands on the ground, but that comes with time and practice. Good job, guys. Inhale, come all the way up, reaching through the arms. Exhale, hands together and pray at the chest. Again, take a moment to find your focal point. What is it that you're going to focus in on? Roll your shoulders back, lift up through your heart. So really notice here, if when you take or focus in on your focal point, if you start to hunch into your back. If that's the case, again, lift from the soles of the feet, up through the thighs, engaging up through your legs, up through your pelvis, draw the belly button in. Up through the rib cage, lifting through the heart. Roll the shoulders back and down. Honestly, you're feeling like you're really lifting your heart. So if you feel standing nice and relaxed, if you engage up through the legs and you lift through your heart, it's like you're trying to lift your heart to your thumbs and you roll the shoulders back and down. Then focus in on your focal point. When you're ready, moving into tree, bringing your left foot slowly onto your left calf. See if you can lift up even taller through the crown of the head. Again, if you're losing your balance today and you're doing this constantly, come to stillness, reconnect, take your time, or maybe you just bring your foot onto your ankle today and this is where you balance, and that's okay. Maybe you've got foot on calf. Maybe you can even bring your left foot onto your upper thigh. Breathe. Really focus on the feeling of your hands pressing against each other. One more breath here. And gently release. Good job, guys. Take a nice slow deep breath in, reaching all the way up. Exhale, back bend, hips forwards, thumbs back. Inhale, up to center, reach. Exhale, folding it forwards, bending the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Left foot slowly steps back. Get comfortable on the feet and then inhale up, high crescent lunge. Hold and get comfortable on your legs, softening the shoulders, trying to open the heart by drawing the thumbs back. And as you exhale, fold it forwards, plant the hands. Step back to plank, inhale. Exhale down to the belly, take your time. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, coming up for cobra. And then exhale gently to kneeling. Swing your legs to the side and make your way gently to seated. Legs out in front of you. Well done, guys. So just take a moment here to adjust your seat. So grab your bum or your seat bones and just pull your hips back. And this just helps to correct your hips into the right position for a good forward fold. Keep your nose and your knees and your toes pointing up to the ceiling. Roll the shoulders back and sit up nice and tall. And then take a slow deep breath in as you reach all the way up. And as you exhale, lean a third of the way down. So really reach through your arms and go your third of the way down. Try to keep the back nice and flat. Draw up through your pelvis, sucking the belly button in, so that you're actually lifting yourself up out of your hips as you lengthen through your back. Then inhale, come back to center, reach. And exhale, see if you can go 2/3 of the way down. Hold. And this is your 2/3. So it might be not be the same as mine where it's 2/3 of the way down to your legs. Your 2/3 might be over here. And that's absolutely fine. Keep lifting up from the pelvis. Then slowly come up, reaching, deep breath in. And as you exhale, reach all the way down, your full expression. Maybe you can get to the feet. Maybe not. So if you can't reach your feet and it's very difficult for you. Maybe you're super tight and you're like over here. What I'd like you to focus in on is flattening your back. So that might mean that you need to bend your knees substantially, and that's okay. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Take a hold of your feet and push your belly onto your thighs so that you flatten your back. So again, lift up through the lower back, up through the pelvis. And then from here, you can begin to inch your feet away from you. And you might only be here for a long time. This could be a week, it could be a month, it could be 6 months, it could be 3 years. Okay, everyone's body is different. It doesn't matter whether your legs are straight or not. What matters is that you're on your mat. So just keep working towards extending into the legs. You want to get a stretch that is uncomfortable. So you want to be feeling uncomfortable in your stretch, where you can feel that you're actually getting a stretch, but you don't want to be pushing into pain. So don't push so far into your stretch that you can feel that sharp feeling, that sharp stretch feeling where it's actually sore. If that's the case, back off. Just take a moment to see if you can lift and lengthen through the lower back. Maybe you can relax your neck. Maybe you can draw your shoulders back. Maybe not. Maybe you are miles away from this, and that's okay. Doesn't matter. Focus in on the breath for another 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Gentle release as you roll it up. And then roll the shoulders back and down. And we're going to come into Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. So you can bring the soles of your feet together. And we're going to move into a diamond shape. So bring your legs into a diamond shape. So feet quite away from the groin. And just take a moment here to adjust your hips again, just like you would in your normal forward fold, pulling your seat out from under you. And we're working on external rotation of the hips here. So we're just feeling what it feels like when we allow our knees and our thighs to drop open and out. So keep lifting through your lower back. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, slide your hands slowly down the shins towards the feet, keeping your back nice and long. And then softly fold, relaxing your head and your neck. You can just lean on your shins here with your elbows if you like. And just notice what's going on for you in your body. Maybe you even want to give your feet a little bit of a rub here. Giving yourself a bit of TLC. Notice what's going on with your feet. How do they feel today? Maybe you can even bring your elbows outside of your shins and you can lift and lengthen through your lower back, trying to fold a tiny bit deeper. And maybe you want to just rock very gently from side to side. And just notice if there's anything going on in your back or your hips here. And then softly roll the spine back up, sliding your hands back up your shins to the knees. We're going to take it a little bit deeper. So you're going to bring your feet a little bit closer, bringing your legs more into a square, I would say. And you're going to lift again through the lower back. And notice if suddenly you've hunched down or dropped onto the back of your bum. If that's the case, don't worry about it. Just lift back up, grab your seat if you need to, pull your bum out from under you. You're welcome to grab a cushion or something to lift your hips up. That really does help. And again, just lift through the pelvis. So imagine drawing up from your pelvis, draw the belly button in. Take a deep breath in, roll the shoulders back. And as you exhale, slide your hands down the legs towards the feet. Maybe you can connect your fingers here, hooking them over your feet, Relax your neck and your shoulders. Keep your shoulders down and away from your ears. You can use your feet as leverage here to gently pull yourself into the fold. Please don't manhandle yourself. You do not need to yank yourself down into your feet. Take it nice and easy. Very gentle pressure into the feet as you encourage yourself down. Encourage being the operative word, not beat yourself up. And then notice if your shoulders have hunched up to your ears. If that's the case, just try to soften your shoulders down and away from the ears. If you started to round into the back, notice if you can flatten your back. And you can take a moment here if you like and just flutter by your knees. So just flapping your knees like butterfly wings. And if that feels good for you, you're welcome to stay doing that. Or if you like, you can come to stillness and gently rock from side to side and just feel what's going on for you in your back. How does your lower back feel as you do this? And maybe you can come to stillness and fold a little bit deeper. And then gently release coming up. We're going to go a tiny bit deeper. So bring the soles of the feet even closer in now. More into a triangle shape with your legs. Connect the fingers, hook them over the toes. Inhale, lift through the lower back. And then exhale, elbows in, fold it forwards. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders down and away from the ears. Maybe you want to rock again gently from side to side. Maybe you want to flap the knees. Or maybe you just want to hold still. And then gently releasing, coming up. Good job, guys. Extending your right leg out to the side now. Bring the sole of your left foot in as much as you can. And take a nice deep breath in, reaching all the way up through your arms. Then gently turn towards your right leg and exhale, reaching forwards and down towards your right leg. Just bringing your hands to either side of the leg. Maybe you're all the way up here. That's absolutely fine. Maybe you can go for the foot. That's cool. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. And then just gently bow your head towards the knee. One more deep breath here. Really feel the stretch into the left side of your back. And then gently release, rolling the spine up. Good job, guys. Inhale to reach up one more time. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left thigh, twisting to the left gently, and then reach up and over with that left arm, side body stretch towards the right leg. Breathing for 3, feel that stretch. 2, using your thigh as an anchor so you don't go too deep. 1, very nice, everyone. Slowly coming up. Well done. Extend the left leg out to the side. And this time, bring the sole of your right foot into your left inner thigh. And just wriggle around a little bit if you need to get comfy. Take a deep breath in as you reach all the way up. Turning towards your left leg and then exhale, reaching forwards and down. Maybe you can go for the foot. Maybe not. Maybe you're all the way up here. That's absolutely fine. This is where I started. Sometimes I'm here even now. Or maybe you can go a little bit deeper and bow. Just breathing into the stretch through the right side of your back. One more deep breath here. And then gently rolling the spine up. Good job, guys. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, twisting to the to the right, bringing your left hand to the outside of your right thigh, and then reaching your right arm up and over. Side body stretch. Again, use your right thigh and your left hand on your right thigh to anchor you so that you don't go too deep. Breathing for 3, really open the ribs, open the body. 2, try not to hunch or round into it. Open the heart. 1, beautiful, guys. Slowly coming up to center. Bringing the soles of your feet down onto the mat now. We're going into reverse tabletop. Bring your hands behind your back, fingers face the toes. Roll your shoulders back here. Squeeze your elbows behind your back. Maybe you're already getting a massive stretch in your shoulders and your chest. If that's the case, hang out here. Maybe you can push your heart even further up and gaze to the ceiling. Maybe this is where you hang out. If you've got more in you, push into your feet and your hands, lifting your hips, gazing directly up towards the ceiling. Breathing for 5. If the neck is paining, then just drop your chin to your chest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Gentle release of your hips down onto the mat. And then slowly make your way down onto your back. Reaching your arms to the sides, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, drop your knees to the right. Inhale your knees to center. And as you exhale, drop your knees gently to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale gently to the right. Inhale, center. And gently to the left. Good job, guys. Back to center. Bring your knees into your chest. Taking a hold of your knees, give your ankles a few big, slow circles. Take a hold of the right knee, hug it snug to your chest, and extend the left leg all the way down to the ground. Keep your lower back pushed into the ground, so don't allow yourself to arch into your back here. And see if you can hug your right knee even more snugly up into your chest. Maybe you want to give your right ankle a few circles here. Maybe you want to spread and crunch your toes a few times. And then gently bring your left knee up to meet your right knee at your chest. Take a hold of your left knee, hug it snug to your chest, and extend the right leg all the way down to the ground, keeping your lower back grounded. Maybe you want to give your left ankle a few more circles here. Maybe you want to spread and crunch the toes. And then slowly bring your right knee up to meet the left. Give yourself a nice big hug round the spine. Tell yourself that you love yourself. And then gently release all the way down for Shavasana. So just take a moment here to adjust your legs a little bit apart. Tuck your shoulder blades under your back so your collarbones are open. Palms face up to the ceiling, eyes closed. Take a slow, deep breath in from the soles of your feet all the way up to the crown of your head. Holding that breath at the top. Collect any remaining tension in your body. And as you exhale, let it go. And again, take a deep breath in from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head. Hold at the top. Collect any noise in the mind, any busyness in the body. Hold it in that breath. And as you exhale, let it go. And just allow your breathing to return to its natural rhythm. Feeling your whole body relax down deep into the ground below you. Feel your body becoming heavy and relaxed. Become aware of the tips of your fingers. Just noticing the tips of your fingers. Become aware of the space between your fingers. Become aware of all the points of contact of your body with the ground. Begin to gently wriggle the fingers and the toes, softly stirring your body. Bending your knees. Roll over to whichever side feels best for you. And then make your way softly up to seated. Legs crossed. Hands in prayer at your chest. Closing your eyes, exhale fully and empty your lungs. Take a deep breath in. Hold that breath, collect any remaining noise or busyness in the body. Open your mouth, big sigh out, let it go. Well done. Bow your head to your heart. Honor your intention, your reason for being on your mat. Honor and acknowledge yourself for your choice to be here, for your choice to show up on your mat, to make this time for you, for quiet and for calm and for space. Honor the calm that you have created in your mind and your body by being here. Namaste.